entered here 3v3 faction war Typhon Arena Tyranids versus Space Marines blue team. We have Floid as a big stompy Hive Tyrant, fights melee, very durable, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, good offense and support. Talrion alongside is a Raven Alpha, starts off range combat, very good mobility with these tunnels and pretty good offense as well. Wildbold rounding out blue team as another Raven Alpha. Red team we have Sam 918 as a force commander. This is Ultramarines DLC. Offensive melee, very versatile, can tank, disrupt and even support a little. Sneakus Peekus alongside is an Apothecary support commander, fights melee by default, can heal and has a passive health regeneration aura. Rounding out red team we have Boris as a Techmarine, puts out some nice range damage and has great utility, can repair, put up structures and do all sorts of damage. 498, 500 and very slight VP lead for the Space Marines early on. Contested VP here in the southwest. Looks like Talrion is backing off a little bit, nobody wanting to cap, perhaps send in some Marines to do that. All three Space Marine players going for Loyalist Tactical Marines. Wildbold's Raven Alpha taking a very strange path and is forced to retreat. Scouts lose a model very quickly. It's going to be Force Commander versus Hive Tyrant at the top of the map. Two powerhouses. Hive Tyrant does lack mobility, so might find it difficult to get up here every time. And here we see an engagement at the bottom. Tyrant is starting to push forward. Raven Alpha goes in to tie up these Marines. Apothecary now engaging him. And double termagants from all three Tyranid players. Floid also going for some Spore Mines. Tactical Marines forcing melee here. They might get a heal unless he's already used it, and I think he has. You can see his energy way down there. These guys might lose a model. Green hexagons beneath their feet, by the way, is the Apothecary's health regen aura. Techmarine now using his tax in melee to force those termagants off. There is still 3 termagant broods here though. Techmarine, we might see the master crafted bolter from this guy. 498, 500, still very close. Nobody able to cap this VP. Here comes Wildbold's Raven Alpha. Looks like the Hive Tyrant has forced Sam off the top. Tactical Marines are still here though. And it's gone for double Tactical Marines, Sam. They are forced off though, and we might see a double for Tyranids because of that cap at the top. Apothecary coming to see off these Hormagaunts or Wildbold, who already have their adrenal glands. Ravener Brood on the way for Wildbold. Talrion already has a Ravener Brood on the field. Disruptive melee unit can Burrow Strike, and here we see it. We'll get in amongst these Tactical Marines, boom, knocking them on their ass and coming in with some power weapons in melee. And they're forced to retreat, might lose a model. Here come Hormagaunts as well, and they do lose a model. Ouch. Devastators on the field for Boris, have a heavy bolter set up and suppress infantry in tier 1. Sneakus Peekus going for some assault marines. Floid still hanging out on Sam's natural, has some Spore Mines left, 3 of them there. Here comes the Force Commander. Gonna go right into those Spore Mines, and Tactical Marines and Scouts taking them out before they come in. Yes, we have the warp field already up on the Hive Tyrant, gives him that energy shield that you see. Gone down now though, he's trying to get a model lost on his tax. This is quite risky. Special attack knocks back the Force Commander and a Tactical Marine model. Hive Tyrant's going to need to retreat though, and gets a special attack just as he retreats, which helps him get away. Look at the map control for the Tyranids. 498, 407, they have a triple cap. This was a very difficult matchup for us to get for you guys. Many games were very quick because it's such a knife edge matchup. One mistake usually led to a very quick loss for one of the teams. But after 2 sessions we did manage to get you a couple of good Space Marine Tyranid matches. So big thanks to all the players who put a lot of time in trying to get these things. Double Ravener Broods will hope to disrupt that Heavy Bolter, no doubt. Heavy Bolter is now coming forward, and there is Purification Vials from Sneakus Peekus. This was a mainstay throughout all of our matchups, and Sneakus Peekus seriously kicked some arse with those things. Assault Marines in amongst Hormagaunts here. Very durable, destructive unit that jump into melee combat. Bolt pistols and chainsaws forced off there, but they do not lose a model, or do they? This is Wildbold's Raven Alpha. I was remarking to him before the game that nobody plays a melee Raven Alpha, so he took up the challenge and he's gone for the Crippling Talon here, which is a lot better than I thought it was. I thought the debuff was 25%, but as you can tell by these tooltips, which I assume are right, I've no reason to think they're not, it's a 40% debuff to speed and damage. I mean, that's a pretty useful wargear. It's just if you can keep this guy alive. You see Wildbold going for Hardened Carapace for him to avoid all of this stuff. He needs to hope that the scouts don't get sergeants to spot him. When you're underground, you are classed as perfectly infiltrated in that you can get as close as you want to undetected units and they can't see you, so you can burrow strike them very nicely. And his Raven Alpha gets away here. 498. 3-1-3. It's a 2-to-1 cap for the Tyranids. Sam now coming to harass power, but he has a lot of stuff to deal with. Floyd getting Barbed Strangler Warriors, which he likes to use. Really nice suppression weapon. AoE damage as well. Ouch. Sam's Assault Marines losing 2 models on retreat and might lose the entire squad. Raveners in retreat path. Cannot take them down. Hive Tyrant goes down. And now Raveners suppressed by, yes, the high-powered shot from the Techmarine Mastercrafted Bolter. Such a nice weapon. The Consecrated Bolter, not bad though these days. Also has Bionics, allows him to crack some skulls if these Tyranids get close. Tactical Marines caught in a bad way here. Not sure if Sam has forgotten about these guys. No, he's microing them away. Just keeping them in the fray though. Scouts chuck a grenade in, which took out a Ravener, it looks like. And now retreat. There's the Barbed Strangler getting in, suppressing all of this stuff instantly, and Tax going down. Sam's Marines just about getting away. 122 hit points between 2 models. Techmarine here can be reasonably tough. As you can see, level 2 with the Bionics, over 800 hit points. Can also get Artificer Armor to make him really pretty tough. Devastators, though, forced off by Hormagaunts that got in on their rear. Apothecary still with those Purification Vials. And red team took the bottom VP during all of that, but here we see Raveners taking it back. These guys have their enhanced muscle coil. And tier 2 for all the Tyranid players. Floyd the last to go. We have double Raveners for Talrion. Meanwhile, top, some sneaky termagants decapping Red's natural. They have a node here as well, although it's almost taken down. You see all the Ravener tunnels all over the place. 4 units at a time can get into these things, but units that crush cover cannot get into them, so you can't put a Hive Tyrant in there. He'll just walk over it. Same deal with Tyrant Guard and big monstrous creatures like Carnifexes and the like. 390, 287. You also can't put Spore Mines in them. Brood Nest here from Floyd, supporting all of this stuff with reinforcement. Marines trying to take it down with bolters, and they are gonna take it down. There we go. Barbed Strangler shot goes in. Raveners burrowing in. Here come Assault Marines. Triple cap for Tyranids again. 390, 263. These guys now in a bit of trouble. Floyd's Hive Tyrant most likely going for the Crushing Claw in tier 2, which he prefers. Generally prefers. Termagants here for Floyd, retreating through scouts, but they do get away, I think. Here comes some Devastators, which will really help out. Hive Tyrant going straight after them. Floyd recognizing the threat quickly, which is what 3v3 is all about, and going straight up to them, tying them up in melee and forcing them off. Raveners also getting in retreat hits. Bottom VP now being capped by scouts. It'll be a 2-to-1 for the Tyranids, and they're also hitting power here with double Tactical Marine Flamers from Sneakus Peekus. He has some serious firepower. Look at this. Double Tax, double Assault Marines, and upgraded scouts with a Sergeant, but he's not even started to go tier 2. Meanwhile, Floyd already has a Zoanthrope on the field, and Wildbold going for a Tyrant Guard. Here is the Zoanthrope. Artillery unit doesn't need to set up and doesn't do friendly fire, which is a huge deal for squishy Tyranids. It is very vulnerable itself though. Floid harassing power. Here come double tactical marines and assault marines of Sam to defend. His force commander still down there. Here comes the Techmarine, Devastators, and a whole bunch more tacks, and I think Floyd will be forced off. As you can see, Sam spreading his units out. I think he's going to send... Nope, these are Boris's scouts, sorry. He's going to send them to this VP. Sam sending his scouts to grab this wreck point, leaving his natural VP blue for now. And Marines have the bottom. Can they come back here? Starting to look strong. Sneakus, Peekus holding it together with a very, very heavy tier 1, which is pretty much vital against Tyranids. Try and rush to tier 2 and you'll just get overwhelmed. 390, 165 is a 2-to-1 for the Tyranids. Here is the Tyrant Guard for Wildbold. A good unit, I think, especially in a map like this where the distance between base and a engagement is not very far. Submarines jumping on those Barbed Strangle Warriors. They don't want to lose models. They are a synapse creature, so will blow up. But they do get away okay. And Assault Marines forced off. They do have their Sergeant. Apothecary still with those very dangerous Purification Vials. Can he throw them here? I think he's going to be forced off, and does get forced off. Venom Brood on the field now for Talrion. Have the ranged Synapse, which will apply it to allied units as well. Synapse does apply to allied units. 374, 164. Wildbold's Tyrant Guard. Durable line breaker for them. Unfortunately has a bug where its special attack doesn't do anything. But it is still charging and does some nice DPS and is nicely durable. As you can see, 2250 hit points of super heavy infantry armor. Could also go into shield wall mode, which heals it and gives it vehicle armor, and that's an ability it starts with. Don't need to purchase that. Tyranids here bashing Space Marines' natural power. As you can see, Talrion getting a very, very nasty range blob together. Has this damaged synapse of the Ravener Alpha, ranged synapse of the Venom Brood, and some ranged Raveners. Putting out some serious damage. Look at the damage to those Assault Marines. Good grief. Can't believe they didn't lose a model there. Termagants from Wildbold helping out. Red team trying to be aggressive with these double Assault Marines. Sneakus, Peekus wants to come in and chuck a grenade, I'm sure. He's level 4 already. Double tack Flamers trying to burn down some Termagants. And look at the damage, and that is the Purification Vials. Didn't do a lot that time though. 374, 124, a 2-to-1 for the Tyranids. Red team have their natural, and so do blue. Meanwhile, this little passageway to the natural power is seeing a lot of action. Tyrant Guard in shield wall mode. The Force Commander does have his Power Fist though, not going for the Thunderhammer against Tyranids this time. Also has Artificer and is getting his Iron Halo. Double Zoanthropes on the field for Floyd. Gives you such a nasty artillery force. Bad news for these tactical marines especially. 374102. Dreadnought on the field for Boris. Might give this thing an assault cannon. Starts off as a full out melee walker with those 2 close combat weapons. And a wrist mounted flamer as well. Also inspires and buffs AoE style allies to do more damage. Whenever it kills anything in melee, you see Purification Vials again there, scaring off of those Tyranids. Hive Tyrant is not scared off. He's level 2, has bonded exoskeleton, already 1400 hit points on this thing, and we do see the assault cannon for the Dreadnought. Nasty anti-infantry damage from range. The Ravener Alpha of Talrion now has the Corrosive Devourer though. The best range weapon I think that a hero can get in this game. Plasma damage, and can use corrosive shots to damage vehicles. Tyrant Guard in amongst the Marines, and they all run the hell away. 374, 33, a triple cap for the Tyranids, starting to run away with this, just overwhelming the Marines. Librarian on the field for Sam. Generally a very good choice for Marines, especially with the Force Commander, since he can use Tome of Time to buff the Force Commander's damage and get him into melee quicker. Also has the smite, of course. Red team taking blue natural though with scouts. 3, 7, 4 and 10. Space Marines will get a 2-to-1 cap if they can finish this. Here comes Floid though to have a word. Crushing Claw Hive Tyrant with that 108 DPS of heavy melee on those Crushing Claws. There is the 2-to-1. Can they defend it though? Force Commander capping this contested power. Tyranids just absolutely overwhelming the bottom of the map. Space Marines all going top. Sneakus Peekus bringing his considerable infantry force. Double Assault Marines, double Tactical Marines. Level 2, level 1, level 2, level 1. Librarian doesn't want to fight a Hive Tyrant 1-to-1. Smite goes in there, nicely done. Assault Marines have jumped in. Power Fist going after Wildbold's Raven Alpha, and he has the damage synapse as well. Floyd's double Zone Throats don't get attacked, and blue team not taking a natural yet, and they've still got some defense to do. Here comes Sneakus Peekus. Looks like, yes, here comes Boris as well. Space Marines all going top, trying to defend this slim 2-to-1 VP. 3-3-3-10. Force Commander of Sam level 2. Apothecary level 4 now has the Master Crafted Bolter. Boris's Techmarine down in the southwest. Dreadnought now on the way for Sam. Really setting up shop. Only if the Techmarine was alive he could put some turrets here. 3-2-1-10. Tyranids getting eaten away their VP. Tier 3 for Floid, Talrion, Wildbold already there. And this is the difference. Space Marines unable to get tier 3 at the moment, unable to get out Terminators. And Techmarines up. I think put up by Sneakus Peekus' Laraman's Blessing, I'm not sure. He's now caught though in melee by a lot of nasty things. Adrenal Gland, Warrior Brood, and that Tyrant Guard, which is almost level 2 for Wildbold. Dreadnought hits the field for Sam. Where is Boris's? It's at the top with an assault cannon. Hasn't leveled yet. Here is Sam's. The Ultramarine Dreadnought looks badass. Has a Warrior Brood model slung over its banner there. And here is Floyd for a push on his natural VP. Assault Marines jumping in on all of this stuff. There goes the Flamers. These Assault Marines retreating the wrong way. Can they get away? And they get their Sergeant in retreat, and that will save them. Zone Throats getting shots on those Marines. That is devastating. Sneakus Peekus almost losing both of his tac squads there. And they need to keep the pressure on. Here comes Boris and his Dreadnought and his Marines, and Sam's Tactical Marines as well. Force Commander, where is the Force Commander? He's down. He's down right in the midst of this. This Hive Tyrant is kicking some serious ass. Now level 3. There's a Tyranid formation. Global nuke of the Tyranids, giving Marines left and right. Sneakus Peekus losing tons of stuff. Only has double Assault Marines left. Now this Dreadnought's in tons of trouble. That crazy Crushing Claw wiping it out. And he had all of this range support as well. Wow. 250. 10. Wildbold's Raven Alpha back at base is now level 4. Sam gets his Assault Marines absolutely obliterated by Zone Throats and the like. Plasma Cannon on the field now for Boris. Artillery unit that sets up. Wildbold getting a Carnifex, as is Talrion, and Floyd getting a Swarm Lord. And he has enough red to drop a Tyranid formation. And I think Wildbold does as well, yes. 2, 4, 8 and 3. There is the 2-to-1. An epic final battle over that VP, but Tyranids just overwhelming the Marines in this instance. What can they do to stop the crazy map control that Tyranids are able to get? Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.